name's Jack, and I've just been on the EU trip to Brussels. We got to go around a load of different institutions. It's when you get that kind of like extra analogy or that extra piece of information that you just wouldn't have picked up on otherwise. And that was really useful for me personally because I was doing a dissertation that was EU based, so I got to really pick up some sort of points that I hadn't thought of before. From there we also went to see some DGs and the Parliament, and both of those were really useful from a perspective of a third year student who will be going out to look for a job. I didn't really consider a job in Brussels before, but now I might just end up an application because you never know.
Hello, my name is Alicia Vaughan-Dick. I am a second year and I study politics and international relations. With this trip to Brussels, I have really liked how frank and open officials were who we met. We also met Richard Ashworth, and I loved how similarly he was very frank and honest about sharing his personal beliefs rather than sticking to his party lines of the Conservative Party. So with all officials we've met, they've just been very honest, and I've really enjoyed that. I had a different view. I thought it was just the Commission, Parliament and etc, but it's actually a whole network of people who are all working to strive for different goals. But when you come here and you meet people and you see institutions, then it really revives it for you and it makes it clearer.
What's actually the real priorities for the UK, so there's real prioritisation there.
Okay, so I'm Alex, I'm a third year politics and international relations student, and the best thing about this field trip for me was how many different things we got to see. So we were doing the Commission, the Parliament, we met different people in different parts of the city, different European buildings. My favourite bit was when we had a talk from someone on EU enlargement who was dealing with Turkey, and he didn't use a PowerPoint presentation because we have that all the time in lectures and we have that all the time before we met him. And he spoke really openly and clearly about what he did, and it made me really interested in EU enlargement because my particular interest is international security, and I saw how EU enlargement was directly related to Middle Eastern security and Eastern European security. So I feel as though I could answer sort of an essay question or an exam style question on EU enlargement and talk about the pros and cons for Turkey joining, and I feel as though I could use the knowledge I just got from that really short meeting to really add to the debate, and it's inspired me to look into those subject areas even more so I can make my own decision on what I feel about EU enlargement.
I'm James, and I'm a third year history and politics student. What I found really good about the trip was that I just it made this big sort of overarching sort of alien institution, which is like the EU, just actually like come and feel a bit more real. And I've learned quite a lot. I've sort of learned that definitely it's proven a bit more like what you read in the news isn't what's actually going on, and there's lots more opinions than you sort of actually get.
My name is Rylan Bernardo. I'm a second year undergraduate student doing politics and international relations. So prior to coming to this field trip, the European Union has somewhat been a distant organisation to me. Like, it's very hard to relate to a huge organisation that has lots of different departments, especially when you only hear stuff on the news and they're mostly negative. And I really appreciate the university for funding this trip, and I'm sure that next year's students and the students in the coming years after that will definitely appreciate it as well. So thank you.